Not good when your forest is on fire. Greetings, survivors and friends. SHADOWFRAX here with another episode of Hey, Rust looks different. And today it looks different because, well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think Rust and Frostpunk have been up to no good and have produced a love child. This is Surviving the Aftermath, a post-apocalyptic colony survival game that I've been rinsing quite a bit of fun from recently in my spare time, which there's not much of, and I've decided to play it on crushing mode. But first, make sure you sub to the channel, you know how this works, and leave a like if you'd fancy seeing me continue the story. Alright, so we're going to start a new game, and we're going to go for 100% difficulty. Now, you can pause this and look at the options if you like, but I'm going to rattle through it. The planet is going to be a barren wasteland, with a hot and dry climate and not much fertile soil. There are going to be frequent catastrophes, and a contamination level of 60%, scarce starting resources, only 8 people, 2 of those will be children. Our ideology is going to be a colony builder, and we're going for chaotic events at the gate. Now we have to choose ourselves some visuals. I'm going to go with the red flag, but I'm going to go with the skull and crossbones just because it speaks to me. And we've got to give our colony a name, which will be the Pioneers. What would be a good motto for us? When Rust console. So as you can see, difficulty is 100%. Alright, let's pause that there and have a look at what hand we've been dealt. Well, it's a barren wasteland. There's not much in the way of fertile soil. We have got a fair bit of water over here, which is nice. We've got plenty of metal, plenty of plastic, and some concrete ruins, wooden ruins. We're going to have to spread out to get the stuff that we need, but I'm sure we can work with that. We start off with 8 colonists, and we've also got a specialist who will do our bidding. This is our starting backpack. We've only got 30 food, 2 tools, and 2 clothes. And then a small pile of meager supplies, enough to get us started, and also -8 water. So let's get that sorted out. We'll move the work area of the food storage. We're going to use these berry bushes for starters. We've got 2 wood piles, 2 concrete piles. We're going to use those first. Let's just have a look at the pollution overlay. And actually, we're fairly fortunate here because we've got a large area near the gate that is not too stinky. We can work with that. So we've got 8 people homeless. Let's start with a shelter. I want to try and keep it away from the fertile land because we'll need that. So let's just put it down there, and we'll also get a tent which holds 2 people, or 4 very friendly ones. So we'll pop that there. That should give us enough shelter for our colonists at the moment. Okay, chaps, go. And we're going to start building the shelters. Right, we've got housing. Now, next thing is that there's some hostile wildlife around here, and we've got to get rid of it, because if they start ganging up on one of our colonists, we could quite easily lose someone. This is where our specialist comes in. Let's have a look at who we've got. To start off with, we've got Mishka. His speciality is being a leader, and specialists are special, which means we can get them to do special things. Usually, they spend a lot of the time out in the outside world, but because we've got to rebuild the gate first before we can do that, I'm going to send him over to the rat beetles. First of all, no, I'm going to get him to deal with this group of fierce mice. I don't think he's going to have much of a problem with some mice. There we go. That's 1 dead. Oh, the beetles are bundling in. Oh dear. Here come a couple of other colonists to help, so we should be alright. Majestic deer. Just minding its own business. Well done, Mishka. That was fantastic, but you haven't finished yet. We've got to be proactive about the wildlife around here. It's quite a fertile area here, actually. I'm surprised. Right, so, next thing. We need water. So, let's see if we can find somewhere that's going to give us a goodly amount of water around here, and that's not polluted. This is pretty good. I think 70% might be the best we could hope for, and that isn't particularly polluted. No, we dodged the pollution there, so I'm going to stick a well just there in the middle of that area. We've got concrete piles, and we've got wood piles, but plastic is going to be a problem. So what we need to do is build ourselves a recycler. So a recycler will take a pile of plastic and give us plastic and fiber in return. And I want to put it up here next to where the plastic is, close to the source. Metal is also something that we're going to need. So scrapper would be a good idea. I think I'll stick him next door to the recycler. There we go. I don't want to destroy any trees. Let's fast forward things. Get these people working. And yes, our water situation is still bad, but we can build a water collector. And there's a really good spot, actually. That's 100% efficiency. So I'm going to build one of those. We also need a steady source of food. And we've got trappers or fishing huts. Trapper works best in densely wooded areas are not particularly good because the woodland is not really dense. 41% efficiency. Maybe we should try for a fishing hut. There. 100% efficiency. I'm happy with that. Right, so instead of -8 water, now we've got 0 water, which is an improvement, would you believe? And there it is, starting to flow in. Good. I'm glad to hear that. So before we start building the gate, there are a couple... How would you rate the colony building in the game so far? Oh, excellent. Marvellous. So before we start building the gate and exploring the outside world, there's a couple of other things that it would be good for us to have, and that is a toilet or an outhouse, which we'll stick somewhere out the way, so it's not polluting anything. I'm going to stick it by this tree here, because that's a nice place. And we're also going to need a medical tent, just in case, you know, you can never be too careful. There. I'm also going to build some roads, which just helps our people to travel faster along things, and they don't cost anything. Also makes things look a bit more pleasant for our peasants. Let's look around, see if there are any other evil animals. Could send him in to take care of those. Why not? We're producing plastic, we're producing metal, this is good. So now we've depleted of those resources, so I think what we'll do is we'll move our work area over to here. I'm hoping that that is fairly safe. There's a bit of pollution around there, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Hopefully there won't be a sandworm. No, I think we're okay. I do think we need some decorations though, to make people feel happier. Get some bushes in here, because people like bushes. Why not? Splendid! And we've got food, we've got water. I'm going to actually unemploy that person from the medical tent. There's no point having someone sitting in there idle until we actually have a need for it. So the next thing is to build our gate. And the gate allows us to interact with the outside world. Unless we build a gate, we're not going to get visitors, and we're not going to be able to go out, which is a bit strange because you think that having a gate would prevent people from getting in, but actually it causes people to come to us more often, and we get more action. And we can send our specialists out into the world to gather materials, but we can also get raided, unfortunately. But that's just a reality of the situation. That's just something that we have to deal with. It's the con to our pro. Someone's been stealing planks. Okay, so now we get an event. So this is where it's a little bit like Frostpunk. Someone seems to have been stealing planks. You find that there's a group of children who've built a tree fort. Now, this is where we've got two choices. We can leave the fort alone. I believe that will give our colonists more happiness, or we can tear it down and get 5 wood, but people will be sad because of it. I don't know why. I would be happy tearing it down, but at the moment I'm going to go with the happiness, because happiness is very essential in this colony. If people start getting a little bit upset, a little bit depressed, they go crazy and start turning on one another. We don't want that just yet. So we're going to leave the fort alone, let the kids have their fun, and we get 3 happiness as a result. Boom. So we'll just wait for the gate to be built, and then the world will be our slightly radioactive oyster. Now, because we start getting visitors when the gate does get built, I'm going to get us another emergency shelter just there, in preparation for when people turn up, because that's how we expand our colony. We mop up all of these nutters who come to visit us and bring them under the one banner. It's a perfect plan, and it very rarely goes wrong. Well, sometimes it does. No, actually quite often you get some bad apples, but it's just all part of the fun of surviving the aftermath. The aftermath of what? End of civilization, really. Exactly what happened, not sure, but it involved radioactivity, meteorites, and mutations. Who knows, actually. It's where we are now that's important, and where we go from here. Mishka doesn't look anything like his profile picture. He looks pretty old there, actually, but his character here looks quite, well, very different. It's not the same man. Congratulations. You have successfully rebuilt the gate and gained access to the world map. Gate's now open, and the vast world stands ready for your specialists to explore. This progress has not gone unnoticed. Soon your colony will begin attracting various folks, some good, others desperate, some tricksters, and those who just want to see you destroyed. Arm the gate with colonists, or keep some specialists close by to defend yourself from the inevitable raids. And already we have a ragtag bunch of survivors. Okay, 2 adults and 2 children. Alright, so at least they're not empty-handed. They're bringing with them some potatoes, some tools, some fish, and clothing. And we also have a specialist, Roberts, whose speciality is scavenging. So he would be pretty good to send out. Let's accept them in. Come on in, chaps. We already have somewhere for you to live. And this means that we can also now send people out. So, Roberts, you are going to go out. So here we are. This is the world map. It's pretty large, actually. There are different biomes as well. Desert in the south, Arctic in the north. But there's a fog of war, so we don't know what's around us until we actually go to those areas and explore them. There are bandit camps, there are other settlements, places to get all sorts of materials, and, very importantly, research points, which will need to progress along the tech tree. Roberts can go and scavenge this jerky. He's actually really good at picking stuff up, so he's got all of that now. And it's kind of turn-based, so we have to wait for him to get his specialist points back. We can actually send Mishka out as well. So Mishka can now go and investigate one of these other areas and reveal what's in it. So he scopes that out, and we've got some bandits near us. We can destroy them, we can take whatever is in their area, which isn't revealed until we do kill them. So now we've got more people, which is good, because we can get them to do more things, but it's also bad because we have got more mouths to feed. It might be good to start trapping. And there's 60% efficiency. It's not great, but it's okay. I would like you to head over here. Okay, so there's somewhere we can scavenge tools from. Go on, Mishka. Show us what you're made of. We took a little bit of damage there, but I think on the next round we could probably destroy those bandits single-handedly. Toilet's doing alright. Pollution's building up, but it's okay. We'll get the plunger on it later. 2 other things which are essential, because we will run out of wood eventually, will be a lumber yard, and we can also get a forester who will grow us more trees. There. And some more bushes, why not? Robert, what are you doing? Why are you at an angle? Oh, dynamite. They've got mealworms. That will help us because then we can start an insect farm. Crunchy. Oh no, colonist Audrey is injured. Oh no, we've got an event coming. Nuclear fallout is going to arrive at our colony. The horizon starts turning from blue to toxic green, and the air seems to burn your lungs. Our crops will wither, but that's not a problem. We've not got any yet. And outhouses will help, because obviously radiation gives you the runs. It might be worth us actually building another medical tent. Okay, Mishka, go in and get those mealworms. Robert, go in and get those tools. And let's get another bog. Put that down there next to the other one. Could be like Glastonbury. So this one's got metal in it. Great. Really want some research points. Okay, here it comes. Oh. And would you believe it? In the middle of the nuclear fallout, a small girl has lost her cat at the least appropriate moment, and she wants us to go and find it. Well, we can refuse the girl's request. I think that will probably end up with minus happiness in the camp because of all the whinging. Sending a search party out could be good. Let's see. We went to look for the cat, we found it. We got 2 happiness, but also 2 colonists got injured in the process. Sometimes you get fish with this as well, because the cat finds fish, but not this time. Unfortunately, it means now we've got more people to treat, so this has to be high priority. Fortunately, nuclear fallout doesn't extend to outside. We've got some more bandits. Yeah, they don't look too serious. Fishing hut needs decontaminating. Water collector's polluted. Oh. There appears to be some pills there. We've got some pills. Bit too late, but we'll get those. And we found a settlement. We found Lushton. Quite a few eccentric theories on radiation-powered plant life. Their horticultural accomplishments are undeniable, but tread carefully as they can be rather militant when defending their post-apocalyptic garden. Okay, so they've got a few things on offer. Unfortunately, we cannot trade with them because we don't have a trade outpost yet. But it's handy to know that they're there. How would you rate the world map part of the game so far? Oh, it's excellent. And back to the radiation. Meanwhile, our water supply has been knocked out. Pollution is going up. We've got some glow-in-the-dark people. And in the middle of this, again, people want to go exploring. A group group of colonists have gotten curious about a nearby river and want to see what it's like for I'd love to know where this river is. I haven't seen it anywhere. They've managed to build a simple raft and are eager to test its floating capabilities and what they'd find alongside the riverbank. Sounds like deliverance, doesn't it? Okay, let's see what happens. Roll the dice. The boat sunk halfway through and the colonists were unable to rescue their equipment. After hearing voices from the nearby woods, they decided to flee instead of diving after the sunken vessel. It is deliverance. Okay, you gotta have a punt. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Only 4 colonists are radiated and they're all being treated. Oh, Trapper needs decontaminating. That's completely polluted. Hopefully this won't last for too much longer. There we go. Ah, lovely. Toilet also needs good old bleaching. Water is starting to build up, so is food. And we've got some more survivors at the gate. Let's see who we've got. Okay, 6 survivors. 4 adults, 2 children. They bring with them some steak, some tools, and some clothes. People keep saying that the government never crumbled, that they just never left their own safe haven. I mean, why would they? Oh, we've also got Dragon. And she's a scout. Emergency shelter still at the moment, chaps, I'm afraid. Getting a little bit of a tent city by the gate. Oh, which actually she's got a lot of movement points. We're going to send her south. And we found some concrete. Amazing. And we're getting low on food. We can't farm yet, so another fishing hut might be the solution. Wild boar, they might attack. We've got like a rad bear. Doesn't look too healthy. The area actually where we can build our colony is pretty huge. She can actually collect all of that concrete in one swoop. That's very good. Why are the children playing near the toilets? Don't do that. You're going to do anything. Can you flush them or something? Put some bleach down them or something. We found a car now. Just send Mishka to return to the colony. Oh, look at that. And we found some guns. Now, once I get the research points, I can start looking into farming. We can unlock a bakery. We can only make bread. No pies. And we've got a wandering merchant. Is this Keem? 5 parts for 18 fibre. I think I will go for that. We found another settlement. Trinity. I'm always up for a bit of haggling. Ah, found them. Great. This is hazardous, but we're going to have to do it. Is he going to explode? Yeah, he's going to explode. No, he's not. No, he's not. We get some currency as well from doing this, which is jolly nice. Again. Fanatics have arrived at your doorstep. We can goad them. Go on, Mishka. Shoot them. There we go. We won. The colony has triumphed over its enemies. It took a little bit of a battering. 40% health. Just a scratch. Now we can actually unlock food production. First of all, we have to unlock survival skills. That will up the production speed of our fishing hut and trapper. Right, we've researched survival skills. That's good. Let's get basic farming sorted. Samuel is now an adult and ready to help the colony. Thank goodness, because child labor is not a thing in this game yet. Unfortunately, unlike Frostpunk, because child labour is best labour. I'll give him one more chance at getting injured. Alright, now he's down to 10 health. He's going to have to come back home. Oh, research points right on our doorstep, and there's no hazard either. 469 research points. Small fields, we can use small fields. We can put them anywhere. Efficiency, as you can see here, efficiency is 0. 75% on this sort of brown, scrubby soil. But up here, it actually goes up to 100%. We can only grow corn and potatoes, so one's going to grow corn and the other one's going to grow potato. We just can't go on anymore. It's hell on earth out there. Entire camps picked clean by a horde of wild beasts. They have brought some food with them, but we've got a lot more mouths to feed. We can put them all to work in fields. So put one in there and one in there. You're going to have to earn your keep, people. Can't just come in here expecting a life of luxury. Communal living. Oh goody, we've got a meteor shower coming in. We have to have enough construction materials to repair things, which I think we're fine on. We've got plenty of those, and we have to have carriers on hand to do the repairs. So we can research interior walls, which helps with giving couples some much needed privacy, leading to children more likely to be born. Sweet porcelain gives us indoor toilets. Nothing beats sitting down on a porcelain throne. Happiness plus 20. And here it comes. That missed. That one missed too. Ah, no, that's not good. Okay. Oh no, we've nearly lost our lumberyard. Not good when your forest is on fire. These are polluted. Ugh, everything's polluted. No, that's not good at all. The pollution is definitely spreading. Hazmat engineers. That allows us to unlock the environmental station and the waste dump. But we also need energy for that. Right, let's build a tenement. So if we get rid of this one here. Right there. Tenements hold 8 people. We can actually get rid of this as well. Get rid of that. In just there. That's a bit nicer. Oh, bandits are approaching the camp, so let's stock up the gate. No. Threaten them. Kill, kill, kill. Yes. The colony has triumphed over its enemies. I'm glad to hear that. So we've got 2 tenements now. Victory over our enemies. Food situation's a bit crap, but the harvest is coming in slowly. Oh, Mishka! Flying kick to the thorax there. So, should I continue? Would you like to see more? Let me know in the comments. I stream games like this, as well as Rust and other survivals, over on Twitch 3 times a week. Also, you can stay up to date with my content on Twitter, Facebook, Discord, and my Steam group. Links are all down below. And not to forget a massive thank you to my patrons for their support. Feel free to join their ranks and help me to keep making videos like this one. I shall catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and carry on surviving. Cheerio. I'm glad to hear that.